Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Survivor Now podcast.
I was busy on the beach, like I was on Survivor.
I don't believe anything you say on Survivor. I almost called it.
It's now time.
I'm so excited.
Oh no!
I do love you, but
Oh, it's so wrong. I gotta go. I got something to do. Not as exciting as this. I'll tell you that right now, but.
All right, everyone, we have made it through Survivor 49 all the way to the long-awaited first look at Survivor 50. Today, myself, Ollie, and Tori will be breaking down the trailer, trying to find every little Easter egg that we can find and go from there. But first of all, Ollie and Tori, thank you so much for joining me. As you can see, we have already a lot of excitement in the live chat, which is open. Zan's, always great to see you. Thank you so much for your support. All right. Survivor 49 ended. Congratulations to Savannah. Tori, when you were watching the episode, were you watching with anyone? Did you get to enjoy that energy of watching this with a group or, seeing Survivor 50 and other people's reactions?
I was actually all by my lonesome at home. And actually, that's the way I like it. I don't like to be super distracted. I like to, be alone with my thoughts a lot of the time. As fun as it is to watch with a group and have that energy, it's nice just to be able to take it all in. So that's what I was doing.
Ollie, same to you?
yeah, I watched it the next day because obviously it doesn't go live in the UK, so I have to watch it in legal ways. But yeah, no, I watched it the next day, and yeah, it was just me, and then obviously my partner kind of joined in, so that was fun. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I can share that I was at Bryce and Wen Present, the finale party, which Kara and I did a bit of a live podcast. It wasn't streamed, but we got to do a pre-show there, which was very exciting. And let me tell you, when this trailer for season 50 turned on, everyone was so hyped. It was like the one time during the evening that we were all just glued to the television, because usually those parties are just kind of like socialize episode in the background. And I can say that we had the full spectrum of emotions. There were cheers, there were tears, and then there were boos, which we're going to get to the moments that got boos very shortly. So are you both ready to get into it?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. And of course, we would love to hear all of your opinions in the live chat as well. So let's get on through. We get this first opening shot, which I thought was pretty cool, right? We have everyone walking to their flight. They got a flight to catch. We have a branded Survivor 50 plane, which what I find interesting is that either the coloring is weird or that's a different logo, because that 50 looks like green to me.
No, that looks the same to me. I did really love this. Even Coach, who I'm not the biggest fan of, I did not mind his opening monologue. The slow-mo shots, I love the fact that they've just got a giant plane that's got the 50 logo on it. I did like that part. This beginning bit did feel very Survivor. And that's what got me hyped. So I was excited for that.
Ollie, I would agree with that. I had chills in this segment. I mean, as soon as I heard Coach's voice, I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. I was so here for this.
Yeah, I loved Coach's quote as well. And then also, we don't get to see him here, but we do get a shot of him on the beach. And for some reason, that just gave me everything. Not everything, but it made me feel very happy just to see Coach was there on my screen again. We got a lot of people in the chat saying that this is feeling very classic, right? Classic Survivor, classic intro. This really reminded me actually of the opening to Australia versus the World. If you watched that a few months ago, I was getting, I'm not saying they're the first to do it, but I was definitely getting the hype. What I have a feeling is going to happen. I have a feeling that the premiere episode is going to start with this, right? Start with that quote from Coach. And then we're going to make our way into a marooning looking type of ship. What do you think, Ollie?
I hope it doesn't start with Coach, and that's not me trying to be mean. But hear me out. There's methods in my saying it. Do you know who the first person I would love to hear from?
Jenna?
Yes.
I would agree with that.
Like season 1, like the first, like season 1 Jenna, and then go like if they're smart, they're gonna do Jenna, then maybe like Colby or someone like from that era. Then they're gonna go into the oh no, there's no 20s. Never mind, go into the 30s, and then they're gonna go into the new era, and then probably like Rizzo or Savannah to end it. Like that's what I want.
Do you think that we're going to hear from everybody in this opening part of
No.
the episode? Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, that's a lot of voices to hear. So I just wanted to clarify and make sure I was hearing you correctly. But I would agree. I think it would be super iconic and very fitting to hear from Jenna first. And Jenna's one of the people I'm most excited to see as well, and one of the people I personally will be rooting for.
I agree. She actually really stood out to me in this trailer, and was something we were talking about the classic feel of everything. I was so happy to see these images, right? These types of, this was like the opening intro of seasons past, where it would have like a picture of a person. There's like a grittiness to it that I miss. I really miss. I feel like the cinematography is so beautiful. And actually that is the highlight of the trailer. But I just think as we advance in like camera technology and things get clearer and more crisp, like I miss this grittiness to it. But yeah, the OG opening feel, this actually, seeing these images flash, that actually made me quite emotional.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It got me so excited because like this is like we've all been saying it in the chat. It's classic Survivor. Like this is the Survivor we've wanted. So I am happy to see that, you know, they are kind of listening, because we see these photos. Like I'm not saying that 100%. Oh no, I'm not saying they're 100% listening.
Yeah.
But there is a degree of listening. Maybe like half of the earlobe is working.
Yeah. Maybe like a quarter.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. But yeah, I mean, we have this nostalgia, I think, as a group of fans, right? Like the Survivor fandom is really craving some of this old school, not even like gameplay, but just like the flair, like just bringing us back to like why we fell in love with the show. And yeah, so I would agree with all of that. Like these photos, such a small thing really, but I mean, it brings me back to season 1. I mean, I'm picturing Kelly Wigglesworth's picture like popping up on my screen. You know what I mean? It's giving that.
I hope that this is the opening intro. I hope that they give us that, like officially. I think that would be so cool. I don't want this to be just a tease. They went all this way to make it look like an OG opening title sequence. So I'm hoping that we get this.
Yeah.
And I just want to give a shout out, Jay. This is so sweet. Thank you so much. By the way, Survivor Now was the #1 channel I watched all year. Appreciate you guys. Jay, that means the world to us. Thank you. All right. And then, you know what I was also happy to see? I was unbelievably happy, well, to not see 3 different boats pulling up to the beach.
So true. That was pretty amazing. Like another kind of like small thing, but that was just like, it was needed. Like we needed to see this crew, this group of amazing icons all together. Now, in the hands of the fans, it's always going to kind of like make me feel some type of way, because nothing is in my hands.
No.
And I'm a huge super fan.
I hate it, Tori.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it'd be super cool if it didn't even say like Survivor 50, if it just said like Survive, like an OG like Borneo logo. Like I feel like we kind of need just like that in the background.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was like one sort of like negative complaint. We're gonna try to keep it positive as much as possible, because we're gonna have some negatives later on. I love seeing this as well.
No, absolutely not. Be negative. Yeah, I could do like you said, Tori. I can do without in the hands of the fans because empty. But I love what Gemini said, because it was the first thing I clocked as well. Because first of all, but not just Savannah. Rizzo is wearing his exact same outfit from 49 as well. So the fact that they're wearing the exact same outfit is so funny to me.
Isn't Q also wearing? Q wore a purple shirt, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Are they all wearing
No, because I remember looking at. Oh no, maybe. I don't
Maybe.
think Tiffany.
Honestly, but
I mean, Charlie's does look the same.
yeah, I mean, you could be right about that. They could all be like wearing the same thing, which I kind of love. I kind of love that, but it's also kind of like it's funny because it's like, are we like, would we not recognize them if they were wearing a different outfit?
It's like a costume, right? It's like a uniform. So I kind of get it, and I do like the idea that they like never left the island. That they were all just sitting and waiting.
But can I just say, I really love this shot. Like, this is my favorite shot of the entire preview. Like, this shot alone is like this shot makes me happy. Like this shot can make me excited for 50. Just because I think this is a really good shot. Sorry, I just needed to say that.
No, lovely. One other thing I was gonna say about the outfits, really quick. It kind of does like make sense. Like, I don't know if you were kind of like thinking this, Matthew, but like every icon of Survivor kind of has like their uniform, if you will, right? Like Boston Rob has like the tank top, the hat, the necklace. I mean, there's other players that kind of like wear the same.
Sandra's red shirt.
Yes, Sandra's red polo. There, I mean, every iconic player kind of has like their outfit, and that's how people are able to like dress up as them for Halloween and stuff like that. So
that's true.
It makes sense. It's kind of cool. Like they're bringing all these players back for the first time in a long time, and yeah, I mean, I get it.
Well, Jay actually says in the chat that apparently there was 8 days in between the end of 49 and the start of 50.
Oh gosh, I did not know that.
So probably it was the fact that Rizzo and Savannah went, well, we know that this works. We've got no time to get a different outfit. Can we just like wash this 20 times?
Well, I wonder how they like got them, because there's, you know, both Savannah and Rizzo have like lives outside of Survivor. So I wonder how they negotiated like the time off and things like that. That always makes me so curious. But being that they just got off the show, I think that actually is a huge advantage to both of them because they are just right there and ready to go again.
Well, Savannah had a probably easy way to get off of work. She just come into some money, so she was able to take the time off work again.
That, and didn't she say that she had been laid off? I don't know if she had since gotten a new job, but maybe she doesn't currently have a job.
Sure, but there's also not just work. There's other stuff, right? Like you're away from home. There's. I'm sure that there's a lot of other things that they had to iron out. There's a lot of fun stuff in the chat as well. Zans, I hope so. I hope that this is some sort of a marooning where they have to get those 2 crates to the beach. I think that would be awesome. I really hope that they're not just like, no, they're all dry in the next scene, it looks like. So where they're all standing on the beach. So I wonder, I miss an old fashioned marooning. I wish that they went back to that.
I still like this though. Like this part was not like bad for me. Like this was very inoffensive. So I'm not like the worst at it. It's just seeing how many people that is. The fact that they've got 24 people is wild.
I love it. I love it. I want to see so many people on the cast. Granted, I'm just gonna say it now, not the cast I had envisioned, but the cast we got. But I do love how big this cast is.
I do too. I would even go as far as to say, like, I could have done 30 players, like a 10-person tribe, like 3 10-person tribes. I think that could have been actually kind of cool. Now, could they have done that in 26 days? That I don't know. That would take some thinking and some figuring out of like the structure of the game, I guess. But yeah, I could have done even more. But I am happy to see this many players.
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job with casting the women. That's all I'll say. We all know my hatred for the.
You would think that.
I would.
Holly, you got so many biases. I
have so many biases, and I'm fine with it.
Isabel in the chat says she hopes that there is no mud. I am with you there.
Yep.
I have a feeling we're going to get mud. Actually, we can kind of see in the background here that it looks like they are going to have to dig under a log, so they're going to get dirty that way. So I'm hoping that they don't get. I'm hoping they don't do the mud stuff. I'm with you. Yeah.
I actually like mud challenges. I just don't think like I feel like it's always like the first challenge, like always like one of the first things we see in like the first immunity challenge or something like that. It feels like it's always something muddy. So I feel like okay, like we don't need it like immediately or in multiple challenges, but I like a mud challenge.
You know what? I like when the mud makes sense. Like I like when you have to use the mud to like fill a bucket or something, or like get like the most amount of weight of mud in something. Like I like when it's not just a reason to get the cast dirty.
I get okay. I'm kind of with that. I don't mind like them having to like crawl through sticky mud. Like it makes for like a more difficult obstacle. So that's like part of why I like it. Do I like it just to see the cast dirty? Not really. But I do miss those challenges, Matthew. Like I'm glad you brought that up because it really brings me back.
What do you all think of the tribe colors? We can kind of see them in here. I actually really like them. That's one of the things that we had a say in, right? So
Yeah. I think this is what I would have voted for. Obviously, I can vote, but I definitely think those were the three colors I voted for. So
Yeah.
I would have voted for. So I'm happy with that.
And it looks like Carson, welcome to the chat, says it's going to be interesting to see how they handle all the compressed eliminations. That's right. I have a feeling, I can't say if this is confirmed or not, but I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of double eliminations, maybe even just for the beginning. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh,
Yeah.
and Zan's, you read my mind about the mud. Let them at least rinse it off before eating.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm with that.
All right.
I don't understand why not, you know?
You mentioned Jenna Lewis before, excuse me. And I love that she was so prominent in this trailer.
Obsessed.
The three of them, actually, Colby, Suri, and Jenna, like they were all over this trailer.
Yeah, I loved it. And I feel like they needed to do that though, because I feel like a lot of the fans really had a gripe with how many new era players were a part of the cast. So I think it was smart of CBS to kind of be like, right, we'll get the old schoolers that we know people are going to remember from the old, like the classic Survivor, to entice them. I love that Jenna Lewis was featured so much. Like, and what's crazy is literally before we came on this podcast, I saw a fact, which I was like, that's insane. When Borneo was airing, apparently Rizzo would have only have been 3 months old.
Oh, I saw that too.
That is insane that Jenna Lewis is playing with someone that when she first played Survivor, they were literally 3 months old.
No, that's insane. That's
insane.
so crazy.
Like, it literally is old school versus new school. It literally is.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I had to say that part. Also, Matthew, do you love that Cerie's got her Australian Survivor like hairdo? That's exactly how she had it in Australian Survivor as well. And I was like,
I mean, she looks amazing.
She does.
I'm not sure how much time passed between AU versus the World filming and this, but a lot of the players have really good looks. So Spark or Snuff is going to be awesome this year. And I do think I know I see in the live chat, like, do we think it's going to become old school versus new school? I do think that's going to be the ultimate narrative that is going to form, whether naturally or through the edit. And like, I just think that's kind of what I'm mostly prepared for. It would have been cool, in my opinion, if they just went with it and made it a themed old school versus new school, season. But I think that they're going to make believe that it happens organically.
Yeah, and you know what? They could have done that. Like when I originally heard who was going to be on this season, I was like, okay, so there's, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's 12 new era players, right? And that means 12 pre-40 players, I think.
Half and half?
Count this out together, but I thought maybe we get 2 tribes and it's literally old school versus new school. I thought that could have been kind of dope. Now, it could be one person off with the new era. There could be 11.
No, I think you're right. No, I think you're right. No, I think there is 12 because you've got obviously the 3 people from 46, the 3 people from 48, and then you've got 2 from 49, 2 from 45, 1 from 42, 1 from 47. That's 12.
Yeah. So they could have done that. Was that a missed opportunity?
I mean, yes, absolutely. We'll see how this season plays out, and it might be the best season ever. I have to say, I have low hopes. I really do, considering what this trailer turns into, which is so shocking to me, which we'll get to. But before, as we move on from here, Ollie's math is mathing. Good job, Ollie. Before we move on from here, I thought it was curious that these were the only 3 players to get these like airplane shots at the very end of the trailer. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but hey, any chance that these are our 3 main characters of the season?
I would love that. I mean, Ceri's always going to be the main character.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, it is very possible that these 3 become kind of main characters for the season. I also think that these are 3 people, especially Jenna and Colby, who even if a person like, I don't know, like regardless of who a person is, I guess, like they're so recognizable because when they played Survivor, this show like shook the world.
Yeah.
Like, and they made it really far on their respective seasons. Colby especially was kind of like America's sweetheart. Like he was like this big deal. And then Jenna goes on to do really well again in All Stars. I mean, these are 3 really recognizable people for people that maybe like, I'm thinking of kind of like people that watched these old school seasons and then maybe like fell off a little bit and like are seeing maybe this this preview and they're like, oh, they're coming back after all this time. I should tune in. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what they've exactly done that for that reason. They're trying to get the people that have maybe dropped off to go, oh, look, the people that I liked beforehand are on TV again. Let me go watch.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing. I don't think they're going to get them. I don't think that they're going to get that audience back because of some of the choices that they made in past seasons and the choices that they're making now. I'd love for it to happen, but I'm just being real. I'm very nervous about viewership for this season. So now we're going to talk about this. Now, I actually didn't notice. This happened so fast in the trailer that it wasn't until a rewatch that I realized it was the Mr. Beast thing. We're not going to, we'll talk about Mr. Beast later. But I think that what I do want to talk about here is something that Zan's brought up right before we went live. Is this a fire token? Is this something along the lines of in-game currency?
I mean, it's gotta be. It's gotta be something like that. I don't have a good explanation or theory as to what, other than like another iteration of a fire token. But I mean, they wouldn't show this coin if it wasn't some version of that, right?
I could only assume so. And you know what? I did not mind fire tokens. I really didn't. I didn't think that they were realized to the full potential, but I don't think that they were like an offensive part of the game or anything. And I have to say, I have to admit, considering this whole thing, I actually kind of like the look of the design of this thing.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the idea of what it might be, but yeah, we'll see.
I'm hoping it's what Carson said in the chat because I am not familiar with Mr. Beast. I don't care for it. But if this is the case, then I feel like that's interesting because it's obviously I'm pretty sure the coin was used to double the price.
Double the price.
That could be interesting.
Carson, that's a good bit of knowledge there.
Yes. I like that. Yeah.
If
Do we think it's going to be 2 million like they did with Winners at War?
I think it's going to be more.
Think it's going to be more?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Tori,
I
I like
mean,
the
Yeah,
sound of that.
so crazy. But I mean, this is a huge season, and I don't know. Survivor has gotten kind of like a renaissance, and like, let's not forget about inflation. I mean, they got to increase that money, keep people interested.
I also think compared to games like Squid Game The Challenge and Beast Games, which have like phenomenally a greater size like jackpot at the end, Survivor has sort of fallen behind in terms of what is considered to be like an exciting size prize. Jay thinks it might be 3 million. So we'll see.
I could see it.
That'd be
I could
cute.
see it happening. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just say that.
And then we also have this thing that we got to look at, this dice, where we have this sun emblem. And this emblem, just real quick, I'll get both of these images up here, also appears on, it might be a little too small, but as you can see, there's like it shows up in a challenge. So I do wonder what that motif is, if it's just for a tribe. Like, I can't tell what that other thing is on the other side of the dice. Do either of you know?
No, I can't make it out.
Is this just the shot in the dark?
Oh, maybe.
Is that it?
It could be.
Do we ever see a shot in the dark on one of these new era seasons?
I'm sure we've seen it. I just don't remember.
I just like can't think of what it looks like.
Okay. If it is, then that's just boring to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, I'm sure it's gotta mean something, because
Hmm.
I feel like if they're gonna put these little things in this preview that, so many Survivor super fans are watching and analyzing, I feel like it can't just be a shot in the dark. Otherwise, why include it? Unless they feel like it's such an important part of the new era that they want to remind people that it's a thing. I don't know. Like, I just feel like they wouldn't include it if it wasn't like a new thing.
Honestly, Tori, that's pretty likely. It is likely that they're like, hey, remember this?
Yeah.
And even Gabe thinks it's just a shot in the dark. So you know what? If that's what it is, that's what it is. I was hoping it would be more exciting.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have our first look at a challenge. Can we tell who's on what tribe just through this alone?
So there's Aubrey, there's Rizzo. That looks like Q. I'm not sure who that is in the top right. I think that on the right, that's Joe. I want to say that's Joe. Yeah,
No, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I can't tell. It's hard for me to see.
I can see on the other tribe there's Tiffany, and I think that's Mike White.
Well, we also know that Savannah and Aubrey don't start out on the same tribe, and Savannah's not on the same tribe as, I think that's Genevieve standing under there.
Oh, we got a glimpse of Genevieve.
Yeah, what? All right. There's quite a few players, and maybe that's the downside with 24. There were so many players that we just did not see. Like, flat out, didn't even see a shot of. Like, where was Kyle? Where was Dee?
Emily
Genevieve.
Clifton.
I mean, I'm not counting this as like a shot of Genevieve.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, but it's wild. But don't you love this shot?
They done Aubrey so dirty.
What does she care?
I mean, she doesn't, for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny, but yeah, she definitely doesn't care. And we love her for that.
It looked really cool. I know it's a really funny, I don't even know how you get in that position, if you jumped or if you tried diving, but it is now Kevin's dive doesn't seem so bad.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I mean, listen, I give Aubrey a lot of credit. She is diving from a very tall platform. Kevin, if you're watching, we got to work on that. But we get a name of a tribe, Vatu.
Oh, yeah.
Vatu. And then we also have, if it's going to change, Kalo.
Oh, I thought you were just showing Jonathan's good dive compared to Aubrey's.
It was a really good.
Honestly, check out that form. He is a former swimmer, but
he does overcorrect in the clip. He does end up, entering the water a bit harshly, but it is a nice form.
It looks great from where he's at right now. This dude's an athlete, though. I mean, he That's pretty much why he's on 50. Like he's such a badass in challenges.
I do
I
like
feel-
the names though. Batu and Kalu. They're
Yeah.
solid names.
Yeah. And I'm not sure. Someone in the chat let me know, or maybe you two know, if the third name showed up anywhere.
I did not see it. Maybe I'll look it up.
Oh, Zans, I know my diving. Don't worry. So, yeah, I do feel bad that I put this right next to Aubrey. So we'll just move on to the next slide, which is our first look at the torch snuffer,
I did like that.
which a phoenix rising from the ashes.
I liked that they had Phoenix for like season 50 because you do have a lot of people kind of coming back after so many years. It felt very fitting. Plus Phoenix fire. The irony that the Phoenix is the one snuffing the torch.
It is.
There's a lot of funny things.
Yeah, I mean, no idea what that symbolizes or anything, but I think it's okay. I think because there's winners here, like I don't necessarily see that this theme applying to them, because on their original season they did turn out triumphant. So
maybe since Phoenix. Okay, so Phoenix is that like the right way to say the plural of Phoenix? That sounds weird.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Sound off in the comments if you know. But I'm going to say phoenixes are known to rise from the ashes. So does that mean that when somebody's flame goes out, they can have like sort of an edge of extinction kind of situation and then rise back up? I don't know.
I just don't know how they would do that. 24 players and then returning possibilities. I do think you're right. And I do think that if they're going with this metaphor, that is actually like the most appropriate thing to do, with this theme. But I don't see the logistics working out.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't either, unless they do like a double elimination for many episodes. Do you know what I mean? Like,
true.
In which case, like, that might be hard to keep up with. But I don't know. Could be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like it. It looks cool.
It does look cool. But someone in the chat said they think that there's a chance that the episodes are all going to be 2 hours. So that's going to take a big chunk of my night. But
yeah,
so excited. But I do hope that if they do that thing that I think they're going to do, which is many double eliminations, at least for the first couple of weeks, I hope that doesn't get too much in the way of storytelling. But, we'll see. Like, I hope we get to see a fair share of everyone.
I hope so. That's like one of my biggest worries. That was one of my biggest worries all the time with like a 24 cast. Like, we've seen it. Like, Matthew, we have this moan all the time when it comes to Australian Survivor. Like, there are some people that will literally get like no edit. And I'm hoping, considering like there are some people that have waited so long to come back, I do hope that it's not a case of they've come back after so many years to basically get no edit. Like, I hope that doesn't happen to anyone.
Yeah.
And it's just Survivor, like New Era, something that I will give it credit for, has been pretty good up until this last season, I would say, about featuring everyone. Like, do you remember with that one premiere where like everyone had a confessional, which was like unheard of at the time? I think they sort of fell off of that a little bit, but we'll see if they can balance it out.
Yeah, I would say the past 2 seasons, that's been like the fans' biggest complaints, is that like so many people are so heavily edited, and in the hour-and-a-half episodes, there are times where we see none of certain players. So we'll see what they do with that. I do think that if there are players that are under-edited, and I could be really wrong about this because they're so heavily representing the new era in this season, but I do think that it will be some of the new era players that people were like surprised to see on the season. Like, and I would hate for this to happen, but an example of that would be like Tiffany. Like, I feel like she's a player that could be under edited, versus like some of these iconic old schoolers. Like, they're going to really want to highlight them. They're definitely going to want to highlight Mike White. They're definitely going to want to highlight, I don't know, certain new school, new era players. So I don't know. I do feel like if somebody is under edited, it will be some of those new era players.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you there. I do think we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I know, Jay, you called out that like Emily is under edited. We did not see Emily here at all. I wouldn't jump to the conclusion that she quit. Like I wouldn't jump there right away just because there was a lot of people that we didn't really see. But yeah, I was sad that there wasn't more variety in who we saw in this promo. That being said, I like some of these talking heads. I thought Q's really stuck out to me. I thought he was hilarious. And also he like just reminded me how good television he is. And Camilla looks stunning.
Yes. I love her.
Me too.
She looks so good. That's a queen right there.
Yeah, Mike White didn't necessarily leave a huge impression on me. I think he just kind of said like something fairly generic about this being like a high school reunion and a massacre.
Yes.
That's exactly what he said. I mean, we weren't going to go this whole preview without seeing something said by Mike White. I mean, he was obviously going to be shown here. I mean, I'll die on the hill that I feel like he's like a person that shouldn't have been asked back to 50, and they're only doing it to like increase viewership, just like they're doing with a lot of things. I think he was a great Survivor player, but in my opinion, when I first heard he was going to be on the season, my immediate reaction was like, love him, but he's going to be a distraction to actual Survivor at this point because of his level of fame.
Yeah.
Tori, I'm with you. And I'm so I love Mike White. I think that the entertainment that he's given us on this show, off this show, is amazing. I think he's done very well. I don't necessarily agree that he was the right choice to be on this season. But you know, he's here, so we'll see. And of course, Ozzy's back. Another player that I'm like, you know, I like Ozzy, but another player that I just don't know necessarily if I like that he's on this season. I think we've seen him enough times, and I think that there were other players that I would have liked to have seen more. And I know there were other players that I would have liked to have seen more.
Oh, I feel like we could do a whole video on that.
And we probably will.
And we definitely will.
Stay tuned for that, chat.
And all right. I just saw what our next slide is. Now, before we get to the Billie Eilish boomerang advantage to end all advantages, why don't we take a very quick break and then we'll be right back. Now, Ollie, I'm going to need you to find a nice short commercial because I don't know how this works anymore. Zan said in the chat before someone learned how to use StreamYard. Yeah. I got to relearn how to use StreamYard.
That's fine. I got you. You want a short one? Patreon.
Yeah.
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. No, not them. I'm talking straight to you. Are you interested in even more Survivor content? Make sure to check out Survivor Now's Patreon page. We've got some incredible stuff going on over there, like an exclusive interview with the Dragon Slayer, Coach. Can you believe it? As well as many seasons that we revisit, so much bonus content, and there's 2 tiers to choose from. Either be a faithful member for $3 a month, or be a legend for $5 a month. There's also a 1-week free trial for the legend tier if you're interested. So what are you waiting for? Go to the link in the description below and join our Patreon today. I better see you there. All right, let's go back to the show.
Okay, let's talk about whatever the hell all of this is. So,
Here we go.
Ollie, do you want to start?
Well, I have a question, being a Brit. Who's the guy in the middle?
Zach Brown.
Who?
Country music star.
Oh, country. That's what I don't know. Continue.
I mean, listen, Zach Brown has his fans. I think that this element of season 50 completely loses the plot of Survivor, which is such a simple thing, which is a group of people get stranded on an island and have to vote each other off to survive. It's like clear as day. And I love the fact that like we when casting these seasons, I think Mike White is actually a really great example. I think that there could have been more of this, but like, I don't like the idea of doing like a celebrity season. I love the idea of having celebrities on a season, right? Just like with other people who aren't celebrities. Like I like that idea because I love the idea of people getting stranded on an island from different walks of life. Like I didn't really like the influencer special. So to have this element, which are celebrities in the game, like changing the game, I'll get to you, Ollie. Don't worry. I see you itching to speak. It really bothers me that we're sort of bleeding into like the real world is sort of bleeding into Survivor.
Well, now we finally realize whose hands Survivor 50 was actually in, because it wasn't the fans, it was the celebrities.
Yeah. And I will agree with Gabe. I think this feels very Big Brother. It feels so Big Brother. And Big Brother is different than Survivor, or it should be at least. So, Tori, I just want to know from you. Do you agree with me, or do you have a different opinion on this?
I agree with you wholeheartedly with everything you said. I think that you and I are pretty aligned in like how we see things for this season, and I don't know about like how you felt about other past seasons, but we'll chat about that. And listen, like I'm a fan of all the people they're bringing in. Like I'm a Zac Brown fan. I've seen him in concert like I don't know 3 times. I love his music. Do I need him on Survivor? No. And what I said to my husband earlier, because I showed him the preview, I was like, okay, let me know your honest thoughts. He's like, what is Zac Brown doing out there? And I'm like, they're clearly trying to bring in like more people, new audiences. And we both agreed that like Zac Brown fans and like fans of country music are not going to see him in a preview like this and be like, I gotta watch. Like, we just don't think that that's going to happen. Maybe we're wrong, but it just, I'm not about it. I don't understand why. I do understand why they're trying to bring in new audiences, but this is just not the place for it. Like, I feel like season 50 to me needed to be sort of like, I don't know, a flashback to like old school Survivor. And if they wanted to do some of these gimmicky things, like save it for another future season. Like, would I still dislike it? Absolutely. But I just feel like this is something that fans, like pure fans of Survivor, were really looking forward to. And this is just really kind of a letdown for a lot of us.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll speak on the international side of things because, again, like, I know who Billie Eilish is, obviously. I know who, like, Jimmy Fallon is. Again, Zac Brown, not a clue. Nice man. If I saw him in the street, wouldn't know who he is. So sorry. But, like, for us, it's kind of like the international fans are here to watch Survivor, here to watch the people that have probably inspired their, like, series. I really don't care for Billie Eilish on Survivor. I don't care for Jimmy Fallon on Survivor. I don't care for Zac Brown on Survivor. I don't care for Mr. Beast on Survivor. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be optimistic, but it's one of those, I don't understand it. It doesn't feel Survivor. It just feels like they're trying to kind of do collabs, and they don't need to do that.
Yeah, and I think to both of your points, these celebrities in particular, we'll get Mr. Beast, we'll get to him in a second, but like the ones that were mentioned here, to me, like they just don't even feel, Tori, to your anecdote about, showing your husband this, like they just don't even feel like the type of celebrities that would get people to click and be invested. Like Jimmy Fallon, I just don't think has that pull, where you see the trailer and you see like, oh, he's gonna have a thing. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I see the chat about Christian's facial hair. If he moved it before he went out there, I could see it growing back in like 5 to 6 days. But this image looks like he's there for a little bit longer.
Absolutely, it does. Really quick, I just want to respond to your other comment, Matthew, about how you're not here for like a celebrity season. I know there's been like speculation that they're going to do that in the future. And that's another thing I completely agree with you on. Like, I kind of loved, there were like random like pro athletes that came on certain seasons.
Yeah.
Obviously Mike White, but sort of like lesser known celebrities. Like at the time, Mike White was nowhere near as big as he is now. but like it was cool to see them, and it wasn't a distraction. It was like, how are these people gonna fare with these other like normal people? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
that's
think
cool.
a perfect example of that is Lisa from Philippines.
Yes. Perfect example. I love
Yeah.
it. And I wouldn't mind them continuing to do something like that. Not every season, but
Mm.
you know, here and there, that's something that can draw people in and like intrigue people. And I also don't need like they don't need to be doing like so many different iterations of Survivor, like the influencer Survivor. Like influencers have their own things that they do. Survivor doesn't need to be one of them.
Or if they really want to do it, go through the casting process like everyone else, have that story, and do, you know, actually bring yourself to the show instead of being a plant.
So true. Well, and because one of like the big thing, like the amazing things about Survivor is that they bring in people like from all walks of life, you know, like regular everyday people. Like to treat like celebrities and influencers like they're like higher up than all these other people, that they just get to go and play Survivor when like so many other people want to play Survivor. It just doesn't like, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with a lot of fans, I guess. I know it sounds like kind of like silly and not that important, but like to fans, it kind of is. And then secondly, it sort of like minimizes other seasons of Survivor. It's like, let's focus on what Survivor was built for, which is to have like regular everyday people, like I said, go out there and build this society together and try to survive.
Tori, now I really wish that we covered that like YouTube special influencer thing.
Oh my
with
God.
you.
We should have done it. We could have been really funny with that.
I think we would have had a lot of commentary. And Carson, I'm glad we were on the same page about Lisa. I loved seeing her play on that season. And to Tori's point before, it was a very interesting example of like seeing how her celebrity interfered with the game, or would it have, you know? It kind of became a secret that people either used to their advantage or hid. So let's talk about Mr. Beast. All right. Now I want to be clear in my thoughts here, because I can see what Survivor's trying to do. And it goes back to the other celebrities things that they did before. And let's face it, Mr. Beast is very popular. He gets billions of views on YouTube. And he also, you know, I think has a good television presence. I mean, his Beast Games was one of like the highest viewed things on Amazon Prime, which I think is an incredible achievement. To bring him into Survivor, and I know that there's like a cross collaboration where Survivor is also in season 2 of Beast Games. To do this, I think it cheapens the game. I really do think that it cheapens Survivor, which at one point was like the prime example of what this sort of survival reality show, last person standing thing can be. But I think by showing Mr. Beast and having that comparison right here, who has created his own show, I mean, really heavily based off of Squid Game, and which that also got its own reality TV show. I mean, that sort of seems to be, I think it sort of has surpassed Survivor in a way, in terms of like the style of game has evolved into something else, something that I personally, it's not necessarily for me, but I understand that it has such a broad appeal. So to bring him in here, I understand that they're trying to also secure those fans, but I just don't think it's going to work out for them, because I think that they're just two completely different games.
I think it's one of those weird things for me. Obviously, I understand it from the collab sort of thing. Obviously, like, so they are doing like an episode, like they are doing some sort of Survivor thing during season 2 of Beast Games. So if it was to be the fact that like he comes in for one episode and has this thing, I can kind of brush past it. I can kind of get over it, mainly because if it's like one thing of Beast Games, one thing of Survivor, I can kind of be like, okay, I can move past. If it is something that's going to just be impactful for like the entire time, that's when I'm going to be bored of it and just be like, this isn't Survivor to me. So I do hope it isn't something that is I'm hoping it's not something we see for the entire time, but I do agree with you, Matthew, in the sense of like, if it is something that kind of does carry on, it is going to cheapen Survivor, and it's not going to feel like how it should be, if that makes any sense.
I agree with that, Ollie. Like if there's whatever, one episode with Mr. Beast, like one episode with, I guess, Zach Brown and whatever else is happening, if it's like a 2 to 3 episode span, I guess I can live with it. Something tells me that this twist is going to stay with us, though, for more than that amount of time. I really hope that that's not the case. This is kind of random, what I'm about to say, but like, so Carolyn is not on season 50. Carolyn from season 44. And we heard that the reason was that she was like too recently on a season of The Traitors. And if they don't want like their players getting poached by other shows, like why are they bringing in other shows? Do you know what I mean? It just feels like that argument is weak if they're trying to like do this crossover with Beast Games. I don't know. It just feels kind of weird. I don't know if that's a good argument, but.
No, because like especially when in like Beast, because I did actually watch the Beast Games season 2 trailer, and it's like you've got Sue from 47 running like she's on the Survivor part or whatever, and she literally runs up to Jeff and like they're hugging, and I'm thinking to myself like,
Right. It
I'm
just
like, what?
Weird. Yeah, Jeff is doing all these things with other shows, yet he didn't like that. I guess Carolyn specifically did the Traitors. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was a couple of people, to be fair, that I've heard rumors of that he didn't like that a couple of people were doing things.
Well, and I also heard that, and I think that, so Jesse's son, Jesse from 43, somebody mentioned him in the chat. His son was on Beast Games, apparently. I didn't watch, but apparently won some money on Beast Games. And that was apparently a reason why Jesse wasn't cast on this season. Now, I think that wasn't so much about the show as it was about, it kind of like ruins Jesse's story of being kind of like, I don't know, somebody that, you know, struggled financially, like had been to prison, like it kind of like, again, like ruined his story or something, but I don't think it would have. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think he still would have been, I think people, like, yes, they liked his story, but they also liked his gameplay. So we want to see him play again.
Yeah, I disagree with like basically all of that. And I should point out to everyone watching, like these are all alleged things, I think. And to be fair, the more I hear these things, the more it does feel like it came from fandom trying to find reason in something. And I think it's very easy to point to Beast Game, or, you know, in Carolyn's case, the Traitors, even Parvati, there's speculation about because she was on Australia versus the World that she didn't even receive a call. But here we have Suri, you know, like I think, I don't know, it's hard to say, and I don't really like to speculate on it. With Jesse, I would have loved to have seen him. And if like, you know, I think that the storyline thing, people evolve, lives change. You know, I think his life changed because of being on Survivor to begin with. So I think that there's an evolution there. I just don't buy that would be the whole reason. And again, it goes back to some questionable things. I mean, Harley, I think this is what you mean with your comment, but like when this whole thing came up and we saw, like when I was there, Bryson Wen, everyone booed. Like everyone in that place booed. It was so telling. It was really telling about this moment in particular. And to my point before, it just feels like it completely goes against the game, right? Like, or the concept of the game, which is a group of people stranded on an island with no outside interference.
I agree. And I agree with you with what you said about like the evolution. Like people absolutely can like evolve after the season. I mean, like Angelina, she's definitely going to come into 50 with a jacket. So like we've got that evolution as well.
You're right.
The eye roll.
You're right. We'll talk about it at Spark or Snuff. I want to see some of these other comments here. Carson says, really hoping that the briefcase is just an auction item or something. Like make a cool appearance and then leave. I honestly, I think that's even too much. It's happening, so I hope it's just a short thing. But I just think this was a mistake all around. Gabe says, I feel, unfortunately, 50 will have a lot of these celebrity cameos. Sadly, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And even if they're not like fully on the island, like the Billie Eilish boomerang, which honestly, it could be one of those things where there is an advantage called the boomerang, and then maybe like maybe because of the conversations they're having on the beach, they associate Billie Eilish with it, right? Like how Charlie loves Taylor Swift, or like whatever. I don't think that's the case, but oh god. Anyway,
I feel like if they put it in the preview like that, it wasn't just a conversation. Like I feel like they want us to know that this Billie Eilish advantage is out there.
Listen, Matt says that he wants to see how the season goes before judging too much, but I hope it's not a celebrity advantage. The X-Celebrity Challenge. I mean, I'm
kind of on that.
You're right. We shouldn't judge it. This is a first look, and I'm going to judge the first look. And I'm disappointed with the first look.
I am kind of on where Matt's saying, in the sense of like, I'm still, like you said, I'm still going to judge what I've seen, but I'm also going to take it. I think more so I'm going to take some things with a grain of salt because I don't know the full picture yet.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I'm with you there. I'm kind of like somewhere in between. Like Survivor is always going to be better TV than anything else, in my opinion. So even if they do a season with all these different celebrities, which I'm going to roll my eyes at many of them, I'm still going to watch it and be intrigued. And hopefully I'll love it, like most aspects of it, Like hopefully the gameplay is going to be good still. Hopefully we see some really great moments. I mean, I'm positive we will. All of those things will still be the case.
Yeah. I with you there. To me, here's the thing. I can honestly say that if I was not covering Survivor and I saw this trailer, I would choose not to continue to watch. And I hate to be I'm serious. I hate to, I just want to be honest here. And I think that the show is evolving in a very interesting way. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. And I know the name of the game here is to see things from all perspectives and whatever, but I'm kind of just like tired of forgiving some of these things. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's excellent. I hope that I can eat my words here because I want everyone to enjoy the season. But just from my own perspective, if I were to see this trailer as someone who just watched casually, I don't think I would care to go back to it.
Wow. That I don't know if I can get on board with. Again, I'm always going to love Survivor no matter what. One thing that I've sort of accepted, and especially now that I've seen this preview, because as I've said, I had hopes that like we were going to go back to a more traditional style of gameplay for 50. And obviously it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And so what I've kind of accepted now more than ever is that Survivor is still Survivor, but I have to watch the new era and every season hereafter as if it's a different show than it was pre-40. You know what I mean? And even in the 30s, I had to like adapt my viewership and understand that the style of gameplay and what we're going to see is never going to be the same as it was. So I have to just like accept that it's kind of just like a different show. Like not only has it evolved, it's completely different. Like even like, okay, so I'm going to actually talk a little bit really quick about, so my Survivor fandom, like me being a fan of Survivor. So I watched like the very early seasons, and then like I took kind of like a break in like high school and college. I feel like I didn't watch any TV my like freshman year of college. So like I came back to these seasons after college, and this was like in the early 30s. And when I saw one of those seasons, I was like, what is going on? Like, what are these like what are these like advantages? Like I'm so confused. So then I went back and like rewatched all the seasons, and that's what brought me to like rewatch every single season and fall back in love with it and understand like all these players and what I had missed and all these things. So I mean, it's kind of like that in a way, you know, like you have to watch this. And if I were to come back and watch this season now, or even like a new era season after not having watched for several years, I'd be so confused. And that's because it's a different show.
Tori, I think that is a beautiful anecdote. I think that is like the perfect way to describe it because you were all right. You know, things do change. This is just an extreme change, in my opinion. I feel like this is my heel turn almost. I don't mean to be so negative about these things, but I'm just calling it like I see it. I mean, Ollie, you favorited something. If you want to.
Oh yeah, that's that can be for later. That's fine.
Oh yeah, it's about Australian Survivor. I see. And you know what, Matt? I totally respect it. Oh, completely fine to judge. I just hope it's not just the whole season. Same, Matt.
Yeah.
Like Ghost Island. That was another good one to point to. Just pointing out great moments from past seasons. Totally. All right. And Zanz is with you, Tori. He said, "I'm just going to resign myself to whatever." Okay, so y'all, that's Survivor 50. That is our first look at Survivor 50. We went heavy with showcasing old school Survivor at the beginning, and then we dove right in to whatever the heck is going to happen on 50 with these twists. So, any final thoughts that we want to leave off on?
I mean, for me, it's one of those like I am going to still go into this season just with a little bit of optimism because again, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to be joyful in the fact that I am ready to see some like there are some players that are coming back 50 that I'm so excited for. Like we've said it, Jenna Lewis. I'm so excited for Sari. I'm so excited to see Tiffany. I'm so excited to see Savannah back, even though she's just played. Like, there are some people I'm really excited to see, so that's what I'm going to look forward to. Now, do I worry about all the shenanigans that are about to happen? Yes, but I'm not going to assume because I feel like I have that habit of if I assume something, I'm then just going to get wound up, and it's then like I was wound up over nothing, or it's I was wound up and it's like, okay, good. At least I was wound up for the right reasons. But I just know if I spiral, I don't need to spiral. So I am somewhat still excited. I'm still optimistic.
Tori, what about you?
No, I mean, I'm with you, Ollie. I mean, I echo everything you said. I want to be optimistic. I'm obviously going to watch the season and take it for whatever it ends up being. I'm also really excited to see some players that I haven't seen in a long time. And players that I've seen recently. But some of the players I'm most excited for, Jenna Lewis, obviously, is one of my main girlies. I'm so excited to see her. Obviously, Stephanie has always been one of my favorite players. So I'm really excited to see Stephanie back. Colby, my OG Survivor crush, and he still looks great. Yeah, I mean, basically all the old schoolers. For some of the new era players, I'm also really excited to see Tiffany. I said earlier that there's a chance she may be under edited. I hope that that's not the case because I really like her. And I'm excited to see Camilla. Go
Yes.
girl.
I gotta say, I'm not happy with the balance of new era and OG era, old era, whatever.
Me neither.
That being said, I do like the new era polls, right? They were like all people that I would eventually like to see again. All right, Ollie, who would you have dropped?
Jonathan, Joe, Rizzo, Kyle.
Don't you dare say Kyle. I love that guy. He's great.
A little bit. Yeah. Oh, Charlie. Forgot about Charlie.
I'm happy about Charlie. I like him. But I mostly agree. Like, I liked all the players that you just mentioned on their season. But in terms of like who I wanted to and thought would be on 50 before there started to be rumors and before it was announced, they were not at the top of my list. Namely, I'll say Joe was not at the top of my list. And I didn't really want winners originally. So as much as I love Kyle and Dee's wins, I think they were the two best winners of the new era. And Savannah, they were the top three, in my opinion, which is why they're on 50. But I didn't really need to see them again right away. I don't know. Rizzo, I would probably agree. I didn't really need to see on 50. I like Charlie and Jonathan being there. This is a hot take, though. I don't know that I needed Emily Flippin.
Oh, really? Okay. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
I'm
a hot
happy to
take.
see Emily. Yeah.
That might be one of my hottest takes. Like, I know Emily is super popular, and again, I loved her on her season, but we really saw her arc. Like, that was her whole thing. Like, we already saw her like rise, her fall, like all the things in between, and she did a phenomenal job. But because I've already seen all that, I don't know that I need her again.
Yeah. Emily's story arc really left an impression.
It did.
Now, can I name what season that was? I really can't.
45.
45.
Thank you. All right. All right, all. That is going to be it for our trailer breakdown. I just want to give a shout out to everyone who was in the live chat. You made this such a fun time for the three of us. So thank you so much for engaging with our channel. We really do love this engagement. So really a lot of appreciation to all of you. Keep it coming. If you are not catching this video live, we do have a comment section that we do love to read. So go ahead and leave us a little comment there. Maybe like the video if you're feeling it's the holidays. You know, maybe just give it a little love. Thank you all so much. And we will see you for our Survivor 50 coverage as it unfolds.